Adams Peak, an important pilgrim site. Adams Peak is another famous tourist attraction in Sri Lanka. The topmost point of the peak has a footprint cast in stone which has spiritual significance to different religions. Mihintale, the birthplace of Buddhism. Mihintale is among the top Sri Lanka tourist attractions. It is a birthplace of Buddhism, attracting hundreds of pilgrims to this site every year. It is a mountain located near the town of Anuradhapura where you can visit many religious and historical structures. Udawalawe National Park, must-visit place for wildlife enthusiasts. Udawalawe National Park is a must-visit place for wildlife lovers. It is one of those few places where elephant sightings are quite frequent. Not only elephant, you get a chance to get a glimpse of many animals including peacocks, water buffalo, crocodiles, jackals, monkeys and deer. For the best experience of this top attractions in Sri Lanka, take a safari early morning when the animals are most active. Location: Udawalawe, Sri Lanka. Timings: 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. 9 Arch Bridge, Bridge in the Sky. 9 Arch Bridge is also called the Bridge in the Sky and is among the iconic Sri Lanka tourism places. It is in the small mountain town of Vella and offers visitors with splendid view of the surrounding area which comprises of lush greenery and tea fields. What makes the bridge unique is that it is made up of stone, brick and cement. There is no use of any steel. It is one of the best places to visit in Sri Lanka for a memorable holiday. Best time to visit: sunrise. Anuradhapura, the greatest monastic city of ancient world. This is one of the top Sri Lanka tourist spots which is also claimed to be one of the World Heritage Sites. The place gained its importance after the arrival of the Bodhi tree which is also called the Tree of Enlightenment. The place protects the tree and keeps it away from the wild elephants during the reign of King Kirti Sri Rangasinghe. Best time to visit: April and September. Location: it is approximately hours from Anuradhapura Patna Highway. Polonnaruwa Sacred City, explore the golden past of Sri Lanka. This city was once the ancient kingdom of Sri Lanka and walking into this still gives a feeling of the golden age. Inside one of the most popular Sri Lanka tourist spots, there are still ruins of palaces, shrines and stupas which makes it one of the top tourist attractions in Sri Lanka. All these landmarks give closure to the historical remains which hold a glorious past. This place has a lot to explore and gives a peek to the golden past of this side of Sri Lanka. It is among the best Sri Lanka tourist places. Main highlights: one shouldn't miss witnessing the statue of Parakramabahu who ruled during the Golden Age. Alongside that one can also see the magnificent view of the lotus pond which is made in lotus-shaped petals and built on 4 tiers. Trincomalee, an unmissable beach getaway. Trincomalee, among many similar Sri Lanka tourist spots, is blessed with a beautiful beach. If you are up for an underwater diving tour, then SLDT, Sri Lanka Diving Tours, will give you the best experience. Besides water sports, there are also many temples and beaches in Trincomalee. There's also a war cemetery which is surrounded by lush gardens, which makes it one of the best places to see in Sri Lanka. Nuwara Eliya, get closer to pristine nature. Nuwara Eliya is most famous for its tea gardens and scenery. It is a perfect place to visit for a romantic vacation or for someone who is looking for a relaxing trip. With misty clouds, lush green sloping hills and a train that looks that it has come out of the Harry Potter films, Nuwara Eliya is a hilly paradise and another great addition to Sri Lanka's tourist attractions. The popular places to visit in Nuwara Eliya include Victoria Park, Bale Bazaar, Moon Plains, Rambota Falls and St. The Commonwealth War Cemetery at Kandy, remember the brave martyrs? Yes, a weird one in the list of best places to visit in Sri Lanka, the war cemetery is well maintained and the grounds are well kept. Overall, it is a very humbling experience. This cemetery is hard to find without a guide, but once you get there, it is worth the effort. Location: Kandy, Sri Lanka. Timings: 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Jaffna, peep into the past. Although a bit crowded, the Temple Nilurakovil is a nice pick among the best places to see in Sri Lanka. Another place of interest is the Jaffna Fort. This fort is in the center of the city and is a tourist hub. If you're in Jaffna, you cannot miss the Nagadipa Purana Vihara. The temple can be accessed by boat. One of calmest among Sri Lanka tourist attractions, the temple is surreal and a wonderful place to meditate. Yala National Park, home to a host of wildlife and birds. Missing Yala National Park while Sri Lanka sightseeing might bring regret to wildlife lovers. It is home to a host of wildlife and birds. You are bound to run into a group of elephants bathing in streams, tossing their trunks wildly, or leopards nestling lazily on tree branches. You could opt for the safari drives or nature trail among the thick green foliage of the forest. Some tourists also camp at Yala and enjoy a barbecue under the stars. With so much to see and do here, Yala is indeed one of the best tourist places in Sri Lanka. Yala is the perfect place to try your hand at wildlife photography. Sigiriya in Polonnaruwa, ruggedness amidst the greenery. Sigiriya, or the Mount of Remembrance, is a World Heritage Site and one of the most stunning places to see in Sri Lanka. This giant formation of rock rises out of nowhere, towering over everything in its vicinity. It is quite a climb to the top, but once up there you will get to see a panoramic view of the nearby sites and the Sigiriya Fort. The rock fortress is a slice of history perched on a rock and is really worth a visit. Not much is heard and said about Polonnaruwa, but this ancient city is no less than the Petra of the south. A gem among Sri Lanka tourist attractions, this ancient ruined city stands amidst its erstwhile sturdy columns and architecture. The best way to explore this ancient city is to hire a bike and zoom around the ruins. The site is well maintained and is a telling example of Sri Lanka's history and culture. Polonnaruwa can be easily accessed via Sigiriya. You can take a tuk-tuk or a bus from Sigiriya. Or you can take a bus from Dambulla to Polonnaruwa. Best hotels to stay: Jetwing Vilayana, Camellia Resort and Spa, Hotel Sigiriya, Camellia Resort and Spa, and Lal Homestay. Aragambe, turquoise heaven for adrenaline junkies. The Dambulla Cave Temple, the largest temple complex in Sri Lanka. The most popular among the best places to visit in Sri Lanka is the Dambulla Cave Temple. It tops the Sri Lanka tourist destinations. The largest temple complex in Sri Lanka, its statues and paintings date back to the 12th century AD. The temple complex has 5 rooms of different sizes. All rooms have Buddha in a different position, looking calm and peaceful. The temple is built on a black rocky mountain, which serves as a nice contrast with the white walls of the temple. Don't miss the view from the top. The temple can be easily accessed from both Colombo and Kandy. Anuradhapura, the greatest monastic city of ancient world. This is one of the top Sri Lanka tourist spots, which is also claimed to be one of the World Heritage Sites. The place gained its importance after the arrival of the Bodhi tree, which is also called the Tree of Enlightenment. The place protects the tree and keeps it away from the wild elephants during the reign of King Kirti Sri Rangasinghe. Mount Lavinia, popular neighborhood. Mount Lavinia is one of the most romantic tourist places in Sri Lanka. It is popular among the tourists for its vibrant nightlife and Golden Mile Beach. On your visit to this place, make sure to stay at the deluxe Mount Lavinia Hotel for an amazing experience. Located centrally, enjoy the gorgeous view of Colombo's skyline and have the best seafood at Mount Lavinia Beach and a lot more. This is one of the Sri Lanka tourism places you must not miss. It is also surrounded by some of the best beaches in Sri Lanka. Timings, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.